We come into 24 with the idea that the economy is doing so well that we have to start cutting rates to get back to equilibrium. So we came into January 24 saying we're going to cut it 7 times. We had raised it 18 times, okay? But as the numbers appeared to be better than we thought, they said, nah, maybe 6 times, maybe 5 times, maybe 4 times, maybe no times. The first quarter of 2024 was the best quarter in the stock, the best first quarter since 2019. April was normally a pullback year. It was a sell-off. We were down double digits, right? For many different reasons. May and June were once again super solid, growthful because of tech. Tech was one of the catalysts to the rally that we saw. NVIDIA, February 23 was trading at 108. NVIDIA, 2024 was trading at 924, okay? That was one of the big fueling factors, okay? So suddenly we realized, okay, well, maybe we have to cut rates now. January, we said 7, 6, 5, 4. April was a very rough month to the point where they even considered raising rates again. But that would have appeared that the Federal Reserve had made bad mistakes, that they had missed an opportunity. So they kind of they quietly walked around trying to hide so that they didn't have to do that. And they got away with it. May and June were actually good months. Earnings in June of NVIDIA were fantastic. The stock rallied beautifully. July came along once again, and we had some issues with inflation started to be questionable. People going back to work, payrolls, unemployment. The complicated markets that I described, right, started to come to bear, right? And so July was a little more of a sell-off. We came into August. August was a fascinating month. We had what they called Black Monday. The week before August 5th, which was the stock market went down 256 handles on the S&P, 1,000 points on the Dow, was a function of a lot of different things. The Wednesday before August 5th, the Federal Reserve had an opportunity to cut rates. They didn't. It was probably a missed opportunity. On Friday, the VIX, the fear index, went from 20 to 60. People started to get scared because the media was catastrophizing everything going on. Oh, the world's coming to an end. It's going to be terrible. When in fact it wasn't. You know, the media loves to, the greatest day ever, the worst week ever, when in fact it's irresponsible for them to scare the public. So you had a missed opportunity for the Fed on Wednesday, the VIX rallying on Friday, the Japanese stock market. Your clientele may know what a carry trade is, but there's a trade. We were now no longer at 0 interest rates, we were 5%. Japan still had 0 interest rates. So those who wanted to borrow money went to Japan to borrow money. There's a thing called a carry trade where they would buy the yen and they would convert it into the dollar and all that stuff. People should read about it, it's fascinating. The Japanese bank, out of nowhere, raised interest rates in Japan. That carry trade became so big that they wanted people to unwind that trade, so they raised interest rates on a Saturday, up 1/4 point, caught everybody off guard, and the stock market in Japan crashed down 18% out of nowhere. Everybody caught off guard, and what did that create? If you unwind the carry trade, it's going to cause a huge sell-off in US equities. That's what happened on Monday. So August 5th was Black Monday for all those reasons. Everybody was talking, it's the end of the world. It's a recession, depression, blah, blah, blah. No. The rest of August, the low that Monday, the opening of the market on Monday, I was there. The reason I am able to give you the details is because I have a photographic memory, and I was there every one of these days. Where we opened the market on that Monday was the low. Normally when you have a big sell-off and you have a perfect storm like I just described, it's usually the beginning of a way bigger sell-off, except when it's not. The opening of the market on that Monday was the low Okay, everybody thought the down 256 was the beginning of a bigger, it was not. The minute it opened at the low, it was a bit of a capitulation, and we spent the next 3 weeks clawing back. It took a week to get back to even, and the rest of August was a wonderful month. Until September 1st. What happened September 1st? We had the worst week for tech since COVID. Imagine, that's a big thing, that's a mouthful to say. After all we just described, the market trading at record, oh, I forgot to mention that every day, every week, every month for the last 3 years, we've been trading at record highs in every indices. Out of nowhere, we had the market. The first week of September 2024 was the worst week for tech since COVID. That's a big deal. Everyone said it's the end of the world again, except no. The second week of September was the best week for tech since COVID. So I'm presenting you with this paradox where all this catastrophism is meaningless because we're in a new world. We're in a world where we could be at the worst of the worst one day, the best of the best the next day, and I'm painting a picture where every pullback, in 2024, we've had 6 pullbacks, sell-offs, consolidations. We've had no crashes. On one hand, I can tell you how many times this market has sold off in 2024, and each time has been a better buying opportunity than the selling opportunity. If you bought in April, and it was a beautiful buy. Okay, if you bought in July, it was a beautiful buy. If you bought August 5th, was a beautiful buy. If you bought the first week of September, it was a beautiful buy. However, the mentality of a trader who does not have experience is that the minute the market starts to sell off, they run from the movie theater screaming, fire, fire. When in fact, if nothing has fundamentally changed, they should have a shopping list, right? And that's the time to buy. Those are the opportunities. Those are the golden ticket moments.